It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim-flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Happy almost New Year. And Jeff Defo DeForest, Mike Lubie Lubitz. We're in our favorite place, our happy place, Gulfstream Park. And I don't know about you, Defo, but I feel like a kid in a candy store right now. How are you today?
I'm good. You know, this reminded me of the old days when you used to be racing to make the daily double. I got hung up at home a little bit before I hit the road. I was going to leave nice and early, make a nice leisurely walk through the parking lot with the weird toe. And it was like I had to get to Belmont before the first race went off. I'm zipping in and out of traffic, made a couple of mistakes, tried to make up for them by, cutting off cars and doing a lot of crazy South Florida type of driving. And here we are.
You
last
made it
show
on
of the
time.
world of the year, last show of the year. And we have a horse in the first race at Aqueduct that
You say
I don't know.
I
don't know if it's cannot lose because I didn't realize what they were doing with this horse. Left in the gate last time so tragically that you would have never thought in a million years that this horse was going to show up anywhere near the money.
In food terms, he was late for dinner. He definitely
left so badly it wasn't funny.
Broke in a tangle and came running late, like me going to the Wicked Cheesesteaks and getting one more of those lobster quesadillas.
Looked at you going to get the to-go order that you would put in secretly while Lubie and I were left for grasping and groping for scraps. But they bumped the horse up in company today for the unfamiliar. I mean, they're running this horse against a better caliber of horse today than he ran against last time when, unfortunately, he ended up fourth after being left in the gate.
The bottom line is you love this horse. I will tepidly,
I'm going to take a shot with him for sure.
I will tepidly jump on your coattails. Maybe I'll be the anchor. But the horse was listed in the morning line at 8-1. I just put in a win wager on him. I did a $10 win in place.
A very conservative move.
6-1.
Yeah, 6-1.
On Katie Kakis. Is that how he spells it?
I don't know. It's either Kakis or Kakis.
Kaka. I hope he's not
Kevin
Kaka.
Durant. I think about Kevin Durant here.
Kevin Durant? Oh, KD.
KD. Yeah.
Katie Cakes. I don't know. It looks like it could be a Greek pronunciation. We'll have to get Dr. Tranicus to give us the correct pronunciation. But
let's hope we hit big.
That's
right
at
away.
12:50. Yeah. There's too much going on in the show because I went to try to get a
they're on the track for the first here.
And I was frantic because we were 2 minutes to showtime, and the woman says,
you
look a little hyped up.
Yeah.
And they weren't. I was like, yes, I am. I've got too much going on. Sensory overload. But here at Gulfstream Park, we love it on Fridays because the opener here is about to go off. And our friend and hopefully guest, Luca Panici, who you've known a long time, a jockey who's been in the local colony for years and years, has a mount in the first race. I put a couple of shekels on him in an exacta box here at Gulfstream using him, a horse named Oaxaca, which is, of course, the famous state in Mexico that is famous for its moles.
Oaxaco?
Yes, Oaxaca. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I think you pronounce it like it's a J.
And then in honor and tribute to hopefully our friend who's recovering, Andy, there's a horse named Andy 1.
Really?
And that's the 3-horse. So I did a 3, 4, 5 box here going against the odds-on favorite in the first at Gulfstream. Nobody cares what I'm doing with my betting, but
this stuff is meaningless to almost everybody, including me. Luca's in there with a shot. Luca Panici, who's supposed to join us.
We hope that he comes right in off a winning mount in the winner's circle, and he'll come bounding onto the set. We'll talk to him about riding thoroughbreds and eating and maintaining weight and cooking. I understand he's
pretty sure Luca just eats, like a normal diet.
Is he Italian? Is he from Italy?
Absolutely. Yeah, his father was a famous jockey in Italy.
Oh, okay. In that case,
in fact, that's how I came to know him a little bit because my buddy Francesco, the chef, whose bedside book, introduced me to Luca because I'm at the track one day and I see this guy that I play tennis with, and he is screaming at the top of his lungs in Italian stuff that didn't sound particularly flattering. And he's like following Luca Panici back to the jocks room at
Oh, he's
Carlton.
screaming at Luca.
And I'm thinking, wow, you really laid it on that guy. He goes, no, he is my best friend in the world. I just told him he ride like crap. But then he told me the story that Luca's father, and I don't know his first name, but was a very famous jockey in Italy. Not quite Frankie Dettori, but one of the top Italian jockeys. And then Luca was riding in Italy, and he came here to the States, and he's been here in South Florida, I want to say, a good long time, at least 12, 15 years, something
if
like
he's
that.
Italian, then he will love talking about food. I'm sure he knows his stuff.
I've had dinner with Luca, and
okay.
he puts
He
down
cooks.
some pasta. He's okay,
Good. Yeah, because some jockeys, they have a real struggle maintaining weight and getting down there. But
What's he carrying in his first race?
let's see.
120. All right, he can make 120.
Oh, yeah, 120.
Standing on his head. What are
I
you
can't
talking
make
about?
120. Even if you cut me in half, I
don't
don't
want
make
you to make
120.
barely
I mean,
make 120.
that's
these
when you're
days.
11 years old. You weigh 120. What are you
If you
talking about?
cut Mike Mayo in half right now, it would be right at about 120. That is not a good place to
All right.
be going into the new
So
year.
you're weighing in
But-
at a good bowling score. Is what you're talking about.
Yes, I am. And I have a head that looks like a bowling ball at this point.
You're going to
After
get it together,
all
though,
the
2023.
That's what we all always
Yeah,
say.
I
I've
always
just
say it.
You
learned
have to do it. You have
I
to
don't
do
want
it.
to be resigned to just, I am what I am. And as long as I'm happy and healthy, I am happy and healthy. I want your toe to heal up. I want you to get back to doing
This is
walks
very
of life.
annoying. You got to be kidding me. It's killing me. It really
We're
is.
here on the apron at Gulfstream Park. We got the beautiful sun out. We got a variety of smells and sights.
You have
We
a
got
pick
a lot
in the
of
first race?
cigarette
Oh, you
smoke,
bet Luca.
but that's okay. We're going to have good barbecue smoke coming up later in the show.
Sounds good.
Our friend Joe Beta, who is the director of food and beverage here at Gulfstream Park, is going to be hitting us this week with some new dishes from the newly opened smokehouse restaurant that's right here down on the ground floor by the paddock area. Apparently he's going to get some, I guess, smoked meats, brisket, and maybe some pulled pork. And who am I
Sounds good to me.
to say no to more
No, definitely
meat?
not.
You know what's
Because-
great? We've been here a few weeks now. I guess it's 4 weeks. And I missed one of them, but you guys were treated to some great food.
Yeah, that was good.
We've had an
Every dish is
extraordinary variety of stuff.
Yep.
All reasonably priced at the concessions and the various places where you can purchase the food.
Yep.
And it's been fantastic. Now, I don't know that we ever came to an agreement on the trivia contest restaurant.
We did.
We went
Oh,
with
if
you.
you
We're going
did,
with you, but you
if
need
you-
to hit
and
it.
I
You
gotta
need
have to look up a few
3
more
See,
details.
if you had read your text,
He doesn't read his text. ever.
I love this guy.
Did
But
you see my
we
text to
talked
you?
about it yesterday,
Good
and
luck.
it's good. It's
But
a
you
perfect-
made a face originally.
He
I
did.
made a
He always
face,
makes a
but
face.
It wasn't well known enough.
on second thought. No, it is. You know what?
It's
fine.
known enough.
And I want you. Okay, this is the weekly
Contest.
contest
here.
that
It's
a lot of you are getting it. It's very, even though it seemed a little bit complicated.
Seems
Defo and I have
almost
never gotten it,
impossible.
but you
blend-
are.
This is what the Lunchbox is all about. It's blending the worlds of food and degeneracy, gambling,
And
horse
sport.
racing.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
in
they
this
go
case.
hand in hand.
They do.
Because
And
what happens after you have a bad losing day at the track?
you eat.
Even
You
though
need
you
a good
can't
meal.
afford it, you want somebody else to pick up the tab at Cafe Seville,
Yeah.
and you want to go
Well,
out and eat a giant meal.
Depending where and what you do, and depending what credit cards you have that are activated,
Available.
when you have a bad day, you want to kind of shrug it off and get a good meal.
Yeah.
When you have a good day, you want to
Celebrate.
celebrate.
You wanna buy for
a
everybody.
great meal. Yeah.
A great meal
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get the good wine and get everything and anything.
And I intend to do that today with KD Kakis.
Well, we're going to find out. That's the thrilling part of
What's good is
having.
it hits right away. We don't have to wait.
We're going to be on the air, and so there will be this. That's the beauty of sports is you get the thrill,
Instant
the
gratification.
drama.
Yes.
You don't know what's going to happen, and then we will have a resolution right here on the air. And I'm not talking about a New Year's resolution.
And
Yeah.
that could be a resolution that I vow never to be dead wrong again.
Yeah.
You
Or
know, I'm
if I
going
am
with
going
you
to
on
be,
this.
don't let anybody else
When
in
I
on the
just
secret.
did some basic handicapping on the race, I kind of liked the 8, and but I didn't. I just went with the 2.
It's even easier not to like this horse, which is
And
what
I
I
did
like.
your favorite angle,
Yeah.
which is
I like
take
the
the horse, and in case he finishes second and just misses,
Oh, you got a back wheel.
back wheel in
Definitely.
the exacta, which is use every horse in the field with your horse, KD Kakis.
Now, can you
number
back
2.
wheel a horse in a contest, or you have to pick a winner?
No, you
Okay.
have to pick a winner. However, if nobody else picks a winner, which is what happened last week, and you have the second place horse, then
And then you
you
win.
are the winner that you'll go to the drawing if you're the if in a
You have
tie.
to
with-
guess the name of the
Okay,
restaurant
so
and pick the right horse.
this
Okay,
is
so
the
here's a
weekly
contest.
contest. 2 Sunday brunch passes to the
10
10
Palms.
Palms restaurant that's
Great
right above
brunch.
us right here. It's
That's a
overlooking
great
the
brunch,
track.
man.
Great Sunday brunch. You could stay there and feast all day from 11 o'clock until the last race is run. And the way it works is everything will be on Gulfstream Park, if you're one of the winners, if you win the 2 brunch vouchers, you get a 1 mimosa included. You get tax and gratuity included, but feel free to order more drinks. That'll
Isn't
be
this
on
the
your
dog
card.
that was in the carriage in the
No,
restaurant?
it's not in the.
picture? No.
Don't distract me when I'm trying to do the contest business.
He's
No,
trying
but
hard.
it looks
People
like the
can't
same dog.
see the dog
Yeah.
because we're up here. The camera is here. The dog is down there.
All right.
The Let's Eat South Florida
Don't we have,
Facebook group.
you know, Robo
Now, if
cameras?
the dog was up, perched in a stroller, or in a
Still wouldn't
knapsack,
help. All I would do is do this
Then-
because now
okay.
you're doing.
All right, so you almost had the contest explained
You're
to the point where people,
What's
the average
the
person, could
rail?
understand it.
we're going to be giving you a series of clues that it's going to be a restaurant in South
Yeah.
Florida. If you know the name of that restaurant, and then you make a pick for this week's featured race, the contest race is the Fort Lauderdale Handicap on
Okay.
tomorrow's Saturday card, which is
At Gulfstream
jam-packed
Park.
full of action. They're calling it Pegasus Cup Preview Day.
Oh, wow.
5 stakes races.
Okay, so what
But
race
the
is this?
9th race
Here.
is the
Ninth race here.
65th running of the Fort
Yeah,
Lauderdale,
right
a
here.
Grade
Ninth race
2
here.
stakes race at 1.8 miles on the turf. There are 13 horses entered, including
Wow.
and also eligible. Only 12 will run. But the way
So
it
from
works is
0 to
pick a number
13.
between 1 and 13, along with the name of the restaurant. You email it to
there.
MikeMayoEats at gmail.com by noon tomorrow. Not 3:30 tomorrow, not Monday.
And I
Which
after
a
the
couple
horse
people
ran.
have done that. We have strict
That's
rules
smart.
in place because I love rules. I'm a total disciplinarian.
That's
Can't
the
you
best.
tell?
They do it after the
Yeah.
race. I know the horse.
With other
Oh, you
people, you
do?
are. With yourself, I mean, you
Have
go
they
by
run
no
the first
boundaries.
race here, by the
No.
way? All
Yeah,
right, so
it's
Right
coming up.
now,
they're
they're
racing at
off.
Gulfstream. We don't
Very
know
good.
if Luke is winning. We don't know if I'm winning. Jeff D. Foot DeForest, do you have the first clue for this week's restaurant trivia contest?
Okay, yeah, this place is not as well established or as famous as some of the places that we've had in the first few weeks of the contest, but it is located in Coconut Creek, Florida,
Okay.
and it is a very popular place to sample the sort of things that we're going to have today. Let's see if
Okay.
the people have the retention
Okay.
of what
Okay.
you
So
outlined
that
that we're going to
means
eat today.
barbecue.
Barbecue
Right.
types of food.
Okay,
And
Coconut Creek, Florida.
Can I give the restaurant's, I guess, motto is where barbecue meets metal.
Okay.
Okay, that's
that
a
should
good
give it
clue.
away.
Good clue.
Metal.
That
Good
should give it
clue.
away, actually. You
Uh,
know
on your
this one,
game,
that'll
man.
help you.
So there we
I
go.
know
I
you're
did a
doing the
little
one
bit of
for
the prep
Defo
work
still.
because I was anticipating Defo.
No, I don't want to give the most obvious clue. I mean, that
No,
would
don't
give it
go
we're
away.
there
gonna
Yeah.
get
yet.
there.
Don't go there yet.
We're gonna get there.
We're just easing into
But
this.
that
thing.
is the first clue. Coconut Creek Restaurant, where barbecue meets metal.
Yes.
This again, the infamous Mike Mayo's Lunchbox weekly Gulfstream Trivia Challenge, along with handicapping. You know the name of the restaurant. You pick a number between 1 and 13 for this week's Saturday features
Ninth
race, the
race.
ninth
Ninth
race,
race
the Fort
from
Lauderdale
Gulfstream.
Stakes.
Here
with
comes Luke on
13.
the outside.
Who's winning
Here
this?
comes Luke on the
Oh,
outside.
Is he gonna
Luke is
win?
coming.
No,
Luke is
coming
he's
coming
second.
on.
hanging a little bit.
I need a
No, it's
4,
number 6,
5.
the
And I
six.
get the 6.
No, I
The
need
six
a
is
Damn
Yeah.
wine
really.
for breakfast.
I got all the numbers except
Maybe
the
the 9.
winning ones.
The 8's
Okay, I
coming
bet
on. It was 6 and
6-9
8.
maybe.
I
6-9.
correctly went against an odds-on favorite, the number 10.
But you lost.
Unfortunately, I did it with the 3, 4, 5, and it
Okay.
came in like
And
8,
six.
9, 6,
6-9,
Yeah.
I was like.
6,
Yeah, it was
9,
6.
8.
Luca was
All right.
making a move
All
in
right,
the
so am I
stretch, but
going
he
to
didn't
try
have
and
enough
grab
horse.
Luke now? Is that
All
what
right.
we're doing?
You're gonna go.
You got a couple of minutes.
No,
'cause,
Hill's
they're all
gonna
the
be
way on the
coming
backside.
around
Yeah.
and off, but yeah, I mean, you don't
You tell
want to
me
miss
where
him.
to go and when to
Yeah,
go.
well,
Yeah, if he can't come right over, then
horses,
tell him we'll be here for another
the
half hour.
horses come around. They do their gallop
Yeah, you got a
out,
little time.
and then they come
You
back.
tell me. I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
doing. So
he's
I'll
got
do whatever
that
you want.
vantage point. So, you know what? How about we talk about again?
about-
I want to talk about how great yesterday's Wicked Cheesesteak
Yeah, it was-
journey was
That
because
was nice.
all right, it was nice. Obviously we've had cheesesteaks there before. He's always playing around with different
He does
combinations.
different stuff. I give him
Brian.
credit. He likes to mess with stuff.
That Italian style was a flavor bomb. I mean, it had the cheesesteak, it had pepperoni, it had Italian sausage, it had marinara sauce, it had a combination of
Yep.
mozzarella and provolone cheese. That was good,
That
very
was good. That was good.
The cheesesteak egg roll was creative, inventive. A lot of people are doing those egg rolls now,
Yeah,
but
but it
he
was
makes
good.
it from scratch with the wrappers, and it came out like perfect. Also greaseless, nice and crisp. But the star of the show was that lobster quesadilla.
Very good. Yeah.
That would be something I would order anywhere in any environment and almost pay any price. I didn't ask him. It's
If
not,
you got that at the Cafe Max and it was
Yeah,
like
that was nice.
that would be a
$27, you would have
$28.
said,
Yeah, that would be something that
Right,
you would
right.
see at the old Armadillo Cafe
right.
or Canyon Restaurant
That was
now
great.
that's
My
moved
parents
down to
love Canyon.
downtown Fort Lauderdale. That's kind of the thing that could serve it as either like a bigger appetizer or even a main course. And yeah, you would pay $28, $27.
Usually too, when you get ancillary stuff, like the place is a cheesesteak place.
That's
Yeah.
what we were
So
talking about
a lot of
yesterday.
times when you're getting sort of the off the genre stuff, like a lobster quesadilla,
Yeah.
a
You
lot
know
of
your
times in those kind of
expectations.
places they don't do it very well. I mean, they
No.
just sort of
This was
masquerade like what would normally be a
it
lousy
was so
dish.
crisp on the outside and such that good Mexican cheese blend, and then these fresh chunks of lobster. And
They
he's not
weren't
using
dry.
lobster out of a bag. He's like every day he steams off all these main lobsters for his
This
lobster
guy's like
rolls.
Jacques Cousteau, man. He goes
And
down and gets
they're pulling it out of the shell. I've been back in the kitchen when the guys are pulling it out of the shell.
Yeah.
So it's good fresh stuff, and they don't overcook it. It's not mushy, and it retains its good texture and ocean
and
briny
large chunks,
flavor.
very generous.
And
And there's
all
a
I
lot
know
of
is
lobster, yeah.
he said it's going to be putting it on the menu. I
Yeah, I
gave
hope
the
he
big
does.
thumbs up, and it's one of those things. I didn't ask him what the price point was
You
going to
didn't
be,
tell us.
but I'm going to say, like I'm figuring in a place like that, $18, $19, $18.99. I'd be
Oh,
willing
yeah.
to pay that in a
I go
heartbeat.
20 for that every
But it was the
time.
kind of thing you can split
So-
up too, because I brought the last piece home to
All right,
Shirley, and she
I'm gonna
loved it.
dispatch you because the
Okay.
horses are coming back. So we're sending
Send Lubie to fetch
Lubie
Luca
on a
Panici.
mission.
He was on the fireball.
Yeah, I'm on number 5.
He's the Italian kid.
He's the Italian one.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
just say, what do you say in Italian?
Ciao.
You say arrivederci. No, we want him to say.
No, we don't want him to say arrivederci.
Buongiorno.
5th at 7-1 in
Except
the
it's
first
the
race.
afternoon, so
Yeah.
we say it's not buenos dias. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
You don't know anymore. All right. What do you got? A little tropical acres or something? We can't throw it to a break because you dispatched Lubie.
but I could always do a live spot before
Yeah, I would
we
throw it
go
in,
to the
sure.
break. So this weekend, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day.
Now, what do you have going? Another Mama Mayo?
No, you know what?
Extravaganza?
Michelle is flying the coop. She's going to South Beach this weekend. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not
forget
asking
about
too
that.
many
That's the last
questions.
place
She
I
wants
wanna
to be in
Yeah.
the middle of, I guess, all these kind of raucous celebrations.
Guys with scars, even
I
though it's
take
hot
it
out.
easy. I love to just kind of chillax, and I
Yeah.
think I'm going to be with my longtime college and high school buddy Mark Schweitzer, also known as the Sheik.
Yeah.
And I think
Or
he's
Albert, yeah.
he's just back from a week in Mexico with his Mexican wife, and I think we're going to just chill out, maybe get some stone crab and some
Nice.
other goodies, maybe throw it on his grill at his pad, and just kind of hang out and be real mellow, because that's what I don't like. I call New Year's Eve amateur night. I don't know about you, but
I've gone both ways on it.
Did you get
know,
'em? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then it'll come out? Okay, great. So Luca is on the way.
Luca's
That's
coming?
good.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Well, he's
no,
gonna
so-
go back and change, and then he's gonna head
All
out
right,
here.
good. We love doing things on the fly here, and this is a very nimble
Well, I mean,
area.
look how close to the action you are. You had a guy who was in the first race.
Yes.
I mean, we don't have the means that like FanDuel TV does to get to these guys. And I doubt they'll have an interview coming up with the 5th place jockey in this race.
No.
So
that's-
we're very happy about this.
but he's number one in our hearts. And
Well,
that's,
he's a
that's
good
what
guy. I tell you
counts,
what,
yeah.
it's a very tough thing for the jockeys here that are here year round, because during the summertime, Luca might be, let's say somewhere bordering on, the outside of the top 10, or even maybe just inside.
He's what we call a journeyman jock. And, but
Right.
he's
I mean, he gets
dependable,
his share of
he'll-
wins and
yeah.
he makes a nice living. But in the wintertime, the local guys tend to get buried here because
Well, I'm sure
you have
he's-
all of the heavyweights coming into town.
Well, it's the top jocks from around the whole country and even the world. But
So they have to take advantage of every amount. They
what
really
they do is they try to ride their hearts out in the afternoon, but a lot of times they're going to be working horses in the morning and do some.
Luca always
other
does
stuff.
that. He
Yeah.
always works horses in
Yeah,
the morning.
so,
Maybe that's how he maintains his, svelte physique.
His svelte
That's
figure.
good exercise,
unlike
by the
me.
way.
It's
Yeah.
great exercise.
Maybe we could
meanwhile, I'm still-
all get jobs as exercise riders.
after all the eating this week, I am
They
definitely.
haven't even brought the food
I'm,
yet. And
I'm
you're already
feeling,
having
this is it's been a struggle, and that's why people don't understand. This is like you got to be professional. You got to be in
Gotta
shape.
in game
Yeah.
A
shape.
professional eater, and my body is basically rebelling and said enough
Your
already.
body now is
It's
designed for
time-
what you do.
It's time for 2023. It's time
It's
for a
designed
dry
for what you
January
do.
and maybe a fat-free January, maybe a keto
Don't
January.
don't even make these false promises.
All right.
You sound like
Hey.
George Santos now.
So let's wrap up by talking about Tropical Acres. They're going to be open for Christmas Eve. They're going to be serving all kinds of great stuff. That holiday menu, their regular cuts of meat. The prime rib is going to be extra special on New Year's Eve, along with the things like the filet mignon and the porterhouse steak and the ribeyes. They also have the lamb chops that I love there. They have the lobster tails. They have surf and turf. It's going to be open usual hours for New Year's Eve on Saturday. They're going to be closed on Sunday for New Year's Day. Their usual Sundays off now. They're back to the regular schedule. But you want to get in there any night of the week, whether it's New Year's Eve or just not even any special occasion. Just any night is a special occasion at Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road, just west of the airport and I-95. They have the best in value, quality, service. The Studiali family since 1949. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. We love the place. Happy hour in the bar, 4:30 to 6:30, Monday through Friday, where you get the half price drinks and great light bites. You got the early bird special. You've got the regular menu, which includes salad and side dish, not a la carte. You get great value. And the loyalty reward club card, where for every 12 entrees that you buy, you get the 13th one on the house. We love Tropical Acres. Looking forward to a great, prosperous 2023 at Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Does the ticket look like the old Long Island Railroad tickets where the guy had like a hole puncher
card.
that had all
and they
different
have a
shapes
very
and everything?
specific design
I like
the
that.
punch, so you can't replicate
Right,
it.
Steal it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you could manufacture something.
Yeah.
All right, our good friend Luca Panici. You get inside the game of horse racing here, and also talk a little food with Luca Panici, top jockey here at Gulfstream Park, when the Lunchbox returns in a moment.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
Oh, we're back at the Lunchbox at Gulfstream Park on Lunchbox. I'm too hepped up. I need.
Yeah, you got to unwind a little bit.
Doggy
I mean,
down.
I want you to get to some kind of therapy.
Meditation?
Maybe I think might work well for your hypnosis. I undertook in self-hypnosis many, many years ago. And I would have to say that if you followed the principles, it would definitely calm you down or take the anxiety quotient off by at least 20% a given day.
What'd you say? I wasn't listening. I was just meditating. So
Yeah.
serenity
Sure.
now. Serenity
I'm
now.
sure.
I mean, you
Yeah.
kind of visualize yourself doing things, and instead of being about it like
I'm
you
not
are when you're
anxious.
doing the lunchbox,
Me,
you see yourself
I
doing
am-
it and performing in a very calm, cool, and collected
Speak
they
to
fashion.
call
existence,
me
they
Mr.
say.
Nonchalant,
Yeah.
Mr. Relaxation.
Who calls you that?
But they
That's
don't know
me.
what's churning beneath you,
Yeah.
which is why
It's
you
a
have
lot
all
of
these
what's the
stomach
Yiddish word?
problems and all this different
Cirrus.
stuff.
A lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
cirrus
yeah, yeah.
is
Yeah.
not simis, which is like sweet
I think
carrots.
it's Jewish guilt.
It's
I really believe
cirrus.
this.
Yes.
So here we are. We're at Gulfstream. Let's get back to the contest this week,
Okay.
which
Yes.
we're giving
You
out a
gave the
series
first
of
clue.
clues, and then once you get the name of the restaurant, you want to pick a number between 1 and 13, which is going to be coinciding with the runners in tomorrow's Fort Lauderdale Stakes at a Grade 2 event,
Right here.
the 9th race at Gulfstream. There's 13 horses. I'll go over some of the names later, but right now we want to give the second clue.
All right, the
And
first clue. Can
first
you
clue
paraphrase
was
the first clue?
it's basically a restaurant in Coral Spring,
Coconut
Creek. That the motto of the restaurant is where barbecue meets metal. And I'm going to come up with the second clue,
All
which is you won't have iron deficiency after eating here, and you might even find a couple of chicken drumsticks.
Okay.
Wow.
That was a nice. That was a nice.
All
Is that a
right,
good one?
that's pretty good, man.
That's
I
a
mean,
nice
were
clue.
you eating
Yeah,
some
that's a
gummies
nice
before you
clue.
got on the show?
I
Yeah,
told
you
you,
say that's
Mr.
creative on the fly.
Relaxation, Mr. Smooth.
Yeah. Oh, very good, man. I like
That
that.
was a
So
nice clue.
again,
Hit that one
where
again.
barbecue meets metal in Coconut Creek.
Yes.
And also, you won't get an iron deficiency here, and you might find a couple of chicken drumsticks.
Very good.
Nice.
There
Good
you
for
go.
you.
Very
That's
good.
good. You
I love
see,
that you,
I
you're
was
the one
prepared.
doing all the work for Defos.
I was
And
prepared.
there's a horse racing term we can work into clue number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I want before Luca comes over here, and we do hope that he
I hope
makes
he's
his
coming.
way
I don't know
over
how I go
because you
get
never
him.
know with these jockeys.
He
Sometimes
probably
they,
reconsidered on his way
sometimes
I
they
back.
don't know
get
how to
lost.
get him. I don't think I'm allowed.
No,
to,
Take
right?
him a little while. Probably, gets
well,
cleaned
he's
up
in
a
the
little bit.
jocks room there,
Yeah.
and just as long as he knows where we are. But you know what?
I
In any
pointed where we
event,
were. I mean,
we're gonna at least have Joe Beja coming with some barbecue,
Yes.
Nice.
which is today's
Very
food
appropriate,
That's
theme.
fitting,
considering,
yeah, that's
Good
yeah.
job on that one.
Good job, Dave.
I wanted to talk about something, a food experience I had earlier this week.
Someone
I went
already has
to
the answer.
one
Look
of
at you.
those along Sterling
Andy, you
Road
can't
between
win.
my house and the Hard Rock. It's a kind of where I take my not walk of shame, but my drive of shame after I get knocked out of poker tournaments. I got knocked out particularly early one night earlier this week, and
Okay.
I was in the mood for it. Like they have all these kosher Israeli hummus and
Oh,
falafel
like-
places.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's Pita Star.
Okay.
There's something like Pita Nosh, and then I went to Pita Express,
Okay.
and
Or it's
I
like
got
shawarma. They'll do shawarma and falafel.
well, I got this hummus plate, and I didn't want to get the big platter because it's too much.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
a
know
lot.
these kosher joints, they have to get blessed by the rabbi,
it's
so
the whole
that
thing.
adds
Is
that's
there
like
actually
the
a
big-
rabbi
prices-
on site?
the prices are up.
Yeah, so you know, like the plates are like
I want
$27.
that job. I want to be a rabbi that
I give the blessing.
determine whether something's kosher or not.
So
It's a good
I
job.
got this hummus plate, which is a beautiful platter of hummus where they kind of like arrange it very artfully. And then in the middle, they were out of shawarma because it was so late in the day, and like they have the thing on the spit, which is their big seller.
Yeah.
And then I said, all right, I'll go to plan B, which is chicken. They had two options of chicken. There was chicken breast, which I know they sometimes
Chicken
overcook
heart?
it. It comes
Chicken
in-
heart's a big
No,
deal
and
for
then they had
Israelis.
what they called young chicken.
Oh,
And I
what
was
does
like,
that mean?
what is young chicken?
Oh, Jesus.
And she just said, well, it's basically just chicken thigh. I was like, why do they call it young chicken? I have no
They're
idea.
2-year-olds.
Yeah,
But
They're going to all turn 3 tomorrow or the next day.
I went with the young chicken because
I'll say
chicken
the
thigh,
thigh.
it usually absorbs more heat. It doesn't get dried out. It
Yeah,
has good
it's nicer.
fattiness. So I had that, but you know, included in that, they have this like salad bar off to the side where you go and you get all these pickled items.
Yeah,
and,
onions,
like there was
whatever.
this curried cabbage. It was some unusual things, some nice like spiced chickpeas.
Okay.
But there was pickles and jalapeno peppers, and I've got all that. And there was one thing; it was like it looked like a radioactive red. It wasn't quite like a tomato. It looked like some
Okay.
sort of pickled substance. It wasn't a pepper.
Okay.
It wasn't a
Pig's feet.
tomato.
Defo
It
thinks-
wasn't a persimmon
It's not an
or
Israeli thing.
or you know, like, and I
definitely
just
not a
I picked it
kosher
up. I
thing.
pointed and I asked one of the staff. I said, "What is
this?
that?" I said, I don't even know. I said, "What is
There
that?"
he
The
is.
guy look at you and
Oh,
say,
look
you
who
ate
it
that?
is.
Oh, Lucas here.
Oh, what a great one himself. Just come on and sit down, my friend.
Anyway, the woman said it's a hamakasrka, and I was like,
I'm sure that
I
was
said,
helpful.
what?
I'm
It's
sure
like,
that was helpful.
I was like, I have no idea what that is. You can repeat that 50 times. I won't know what it is. All right,
This is great,
enough
man.
of that. Maybe sometime I will get it to be written down so I could figure out what that pickled item was at the Pita Express on Sterling Road in Hollywood. We welcome to the Lunchbox. This gives me great pleasure. This is why we're doing the show here. A man I've never met, but a man I've probably bet on numerous times. Friend of Defo, friend of now the show, Luca Panici.
Nice to meet you.
How are you today?
Everything is okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Defo.
Yeah, no, good to see Luca. I was telling a story about how we originally met when our mutual friend Francesco was screaming what sounded like some very unflattering things in your direction at Calder one day. And I said, wow, man, you really railed on that jockey. And then he said, he is my best friend in the world. But
Everything started from there, from Calder and from Francesco.
Yeah, and he was a chef, so there's a food connection here.
Yeah, Italian chef.
And as I recall, I mean, I think we were together at a Christmas party at his house, and you were very free about eating. I mean, are you one of those jockeys that has to watch everything that you eat?
Well, I got lucky because I always be light and I always eat once a day. So for more than 30 years, I do this diet and it
Once
helped
a
me.
day?
Once a day.
How many
Can you-
calories?
Well, I'm not sure. I can't.
Oh, you
eat,
don't count the calories. You just have
I
the
don't
one
count.
meal.
One
I
time
don't
a day.
count. Just
All
one
right.
meat and light breakfast and one meat in the night. That's it.
Okay. And since you're Italian, I mean, I presume that you do eat pasta, or you pretty much eat everything, or do you limit what
No,
you can
I
eat?
can eat pasta, but if you cook in the right way, it's not heavy. I
Okay.
mean, depends what you put together with the pasta. And I got lucky, the Mediterranean diet is one of the best. And
Yes,
so
absolutely. A lot of
we
olive
say
oil.
healthy.
Yeah. How long have you been riding? And
Well, I started in the 90s, so it's 32 years.
32 years, which
yeah,
is
it's a long journey.
that is a long time.
And your dad was a famous jockey in Italy?
Yeah, my dad was he win everything in Italy, and he was a leading jockey for probably a decade. And so my brother was a jockey. My uncle, all my uncle were a jockey and a trainer, a jump jockey. So my family, my father's side was all jockey, all trainer.
So, what brought you from Italy to the United States? What was?
Well, I did in the late 90s with my brother a couple of weeks here to visit vacation and have a chance to ride a couple of races. And after 12 years, 13 years, when the economy started going a little bit bad in Italy, I decided to move my tack here. And it was the right decision. I have fun. And I meet good people. And
Yeah.
so I enjoy to be here.
Be honest though, when you first moved from Italy to the United States, what did you think of the food scene, especially like when you would go to Italian restaurants or some of the Italian American restaurants?
Well, I got lucky because I bring my wife that she's a good cooker. But after when I met our friend Francesco, we don't have a problem because it was a good.
What was the name of
good
that joint
chef.
he had out there out west that he was working at? And they had like sort of a Roman look to it, and it was a very good Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
We used to go there all the time. I remember doing that. How tough is it though to make it? I mean, we were talking about obviously when all the big shots come in from all over the country to ride the championship meet. It's not that easy for the local guys to sustain themselves, and you have to make the most out of every mount. And I know you always have done this. You work a lot of horses in the morning up in Palm Beach.
It's tough, but I mean, I grew up with a big work ethic and never give up to work in the morning. And if you show up and waiting your chance, they gave to you.
Nice. We're here on the Lunchbox. We're at Gulfstream Park on a Gulfstream Park Friday, and we're chatting with jockey Luca Panici, longtime veteran jockey who has two mounts on today's card. You just gave a good effort there, coming up on the outside, a little short there, but you also have another mount in the 7th race. What are the prospects for that one?
Well,
today?
she's looking pretty good in the spot. I won last time out, and
that's mediation is the horse for Sweezy.
Now is against other horse that already win, and so I should be run good.
Now, if you win, do you like celebrate by eating a bigger meal or a better meal, or how does that work?
No, absolutely. The meal is still the same. If you win or if you're losing, is It's the same.
It's all the same.
How do you feel about horses coming back after being left in the gate? We have a horse in the first race at Aqueduct that we were tracking. The horse got left like 20 lengths behind the field and came on. I like when horses finish after they have adversity in a race. Came on and got like a non-menacing fourth, about 6 lengths back. I convinced him to go all in on this horse today, but I have a nightmarish vision of the horse just doing the same thing again. So
sometimes
how likely is that?
I like more when you're coming from behind. I think I like more than.
So if this horse breaks, I'm thinking he wins the race today. Moving up in company.
We're going to find out in about 13 minutes, Defo. That's the beauty of running
I
a
may
race.
have to dismiss myself from the
He's
Lucas
getting to be
segment
like
here.
a kid in the candy store.
Oh,
He
yeah.
thinks this horse is a
Well, it's either going to work out or I'm going to go crawling back to my car and see
I
if
threw 10 to win a place on it just to humor him. We'll see what happens. I guess the Jockeys Colony now, do you guys ever like socialize or go out to dinner together, or everybody kind of keeps to themselves? How does that work?
Well, depend, but yeah, we are almost a good friend. The jockey are almost the same every year. They coming over with the same colony from Kentucky or New York, and they are, almost all young kids, and so we stay together sometimes.
Who's your favorite in there? Who's the character? Who is it? Paco? I mean, who's the guy that's keeping the place alive?
No, I mean everybody. I mean there are different kind of personality, but everybody were good.
All right.
You mentioned your wife cooks. Do you cook also for yourself, or
Yeah, sometimes yes.
What-
I mean the Italian, they grow up cooking. Watching the mom, the
No.
grandma,
Yeah.
the nonna, and so I can cook easy stuff. But yeah, I can cook.
So now I saw in the first race you rode at 120 pounds. I was telling Defo that if you cut me in half, I would weigh 120 pounds.
He could have put one leg over the horse.
But I guess, do you think, is it time that horse racing maybe it gives greater weight allowances for jockeys because the horses are so big and strong, and what's another couple of pounds if, instead of riding at 114, maybe jockeys, the minimum weight would be 118 or.
Well, for sure, the generation are growing up a little bit, and they moved the scale in Europe a few years ago.
Okay.
And it could be, there is a different way of opinion, and the lightweight used to be faster and break all the record or the track record, and so I don't know if it can be possible one day, but.
I say give you guys a break. Let you have a little bit of gelato every now and then.
Put a snack bar right there in the jocks room. Two things, Luca, and we thank you so much for stopping by. I know you got a lot of stuff going on here today. I know you're friendly with Frankie Dettori. He's retiring this year. Give us your favorite Frankie Dettori story. Well, the ones that you could tell publicly.
Well, favorite Frank when he was a child with me and my brother and all the kids. They growing up in the racetrack, and my favorite thing when we play soccer and everybody and him. He was in the suit for a big day, and we don't care. We finish the end of the race playing soccer. Everybody was dirty. And this is the favorite. Outside is a fabulous career of Frankie Dettori. He's a great guy.
Have you ever tried to dismount from a horse like he does with the flying?
No, not. I mean,
that's a circus act, man. That's great.
And I think he belonged what he did for 30 years, and he has, I think, the copyright, and
that's it, right? If you try to do it,
he's the best and the number one. And
how annoying is it? And I don't know how many calls it is a day to take Francesco's calls. And do you take them all? This is our mutual friend.
At least 2 or 3. But now we play tennis.
You're playing up in Melbourne?
Tennis,
Nice.
Yeah, and so.
So does Francesco? Is he still a chef professional?
No. He hated working in kitchens.
He just.
He was ready to stab somebody. By the time he got done.
Hey, Luca Fenici, I gotta thank you for stopping by the Lunchbox. We're gonna be here every Friday through the championship meet until the Florida Derby. So if you get another chance later,
I will come back.
That would be. And I got to ask you one last question, as an Italian, because Italians love wine. The old saying, "A day without wine is like a day without sunshine." What is your favorite wine to drink?
Of course, the Brunello of Montalcino
Brunello.
is the
And
best.
I got a bottle last week when
There
we,
you go.
at Casa D'Angelo in Fort Lauderdale, one of my favorite restaurants. I got a 2016
Who
Brunello.
knew you had taste? See that?
It goes down like silk, right? It's like the jockey silks.
Great, yeah.
That wine is beautiful. So that's the correct answer. You are welcome back anytime, Luca Panici.
Thank you very much for having me.
Grazie.
Luke,
All right.
pleasure, my friend.
All right,
Thanks so
Jeff.
much.
Thank you.
Luca Panici, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, and now is the time we got to
You got to get Luca to come to that food festival. That could be his one meal. Thank you so much, my
Visit
friend.
Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival coming up.
Oh, hey, pleasure, my friend. Good to see you again.
We're coming up. We're coming up. Oh, Defo had a fan. It's
Well,
great.
yeah.
Great to see
we
people
went
at
out
the
here for
track.
so many years
We
every
did the
Friday
show
morning. It was so
every
fantastic.
Friday for like
That's
a
why it
decade.
feels good to be back. It's like being back home. There's nothing like doing shows from
Basking in the
Gulfstream Park
sunshine,
or a racetrack
getting
or
ready
any.
to see if you're not hunch play. You're
I got to get in there and bet it. So
expert player of the day. This is something you
yeah,
circled
so
weeks
we'll see
ago.
what happens. Yeah.
And what I've circled weeks ago is the dates on the calendar
Visit
for the Visit
Lauderdale,
Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, January 9th through the 15th.
I'm going to bow out and make my bet.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
You go
make
do
your
what you
bet.
got to do.
It was the worst.
We got business to take care of here
Let's go.
also.
I'm
And we're
fine.
gonna, when you get back, we'll give the
Have some
final
food,
set of
yeah.
clues
Yes.
for this week's Gulfstream 10 Palms
Yes.
contest. But meanwhile,
don't
Hopalong
need
Cassidy
clues.
is going to hobble on over and just empty his pockets. And a good thing I didn't give him the check yet.
Yeah,
You
thank
can't
God.
go cash it and
Thank
go
God.
crazy. Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine. Go to VL
You won't
Food
need
Wine.
You won't need to cash any of your checks for this, especially with the promo
it's
code
such a good,
Lunchbox.
such a good time and great value. All these events taking place. Go to vlfoodwine.com to check out the full schedule of events. And for the big three events, which is the cocktail competition on Wednesday night, January 11th, the Smithfield Barbecue Battle. That's going to be taking place at the Hyatt Centric Hotel downtown Fort Lauderdale on the night of Friday, January 13th. And then the grand tasting at the Las Olas Oceanside Beachfront Park there, A1A and Las Olas Boulevard, Saturday, January 14th, an all-day affair where there'll be more than 40 local restaurants along with all kinds of wineries and distilleries, great sips and bites all day long. Again, vlfoodwine.com. Those three events. When you buy your tickets online, make sure to use the promo code Lunchbox.
Yes.
That's Lunchbox, and get an extra 15% off the already low ticket prices. And I'm talking about things are in the double digits. It's not like going to some concert at the
You
Hard
brought a
Rock.
cart.
Oh, look, Joe is here right on cue. And then, of course, they have all those intimate dinners taking place throughout the week, starting on the Monday night.
Yep.
And we talked to Paula De Silva the other day.
Yeah,
That's
can't
Thursday night is going to be Paula and friends at Burlock Coast at the Ritz-Carlton Fort Lauderdale Beach. There's also going to be a beer dinner, pairing beer with great food at Funky Buddha restaurant. That's also on that Thursday night, the 12th. And then on Sunday is Family Day at the Beachfront Park, where there's no admission, but there's going to be all kinds of activities and demonstrations for the whole family and kids. But there'll be food trucks out there where you could pay and get food. That's going to be great too. And also a Sunday brunch, which is a paying event, but there's tickets for that at Temple Street Eatery in Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
They're calling it the Chino Latino, where it's
Nice.
Alex and Diego, the two chefs over at Temple Street Eatery, are going to be putting on a nice Sunday brunch package. So again, VL Food Wine, go check it out. Check out the events. Buy a gift for somebody in your life, even though
Exactly.
Christmas is past and Hanukkah's past. We're in the middle of Kwanzaa. It's New Year. Why not give a New Year's gift to the
New
foodie in
Year's,
your life?
Valentine's is coming up. This
VL
seems like an
Food and
amazing
Wine.
date
Yes,
event.
It's a great date night. It's a way to get
Keep
set
your-
up,
Yes.
meet somebody new so that you'll have somebody for
Exactly.
Valentine's Day.
I wonder
VL
if he-
Food Wine. We love them. And we'll be back after these words with a
Yes.
bounty of smoked meats and all kinds of good stuff in front of me
Joe
again.
doesn't mess around
And we'll
in the
chat with Joe
smokehouse.
Beja while Defo, we sprung him loose early. And and also program note, we are going to take the Monday off as a holiday. We'll be back on Tuesday from the pizza spot for
Yes.
a very
that's
special
perfect.
jarred
That's
spaghetti
perfect.
sauce taste test competition show from Pizza Spot in Fort Lauderdale on Tuesday. But meanwhile, after these words, we'll be back, talk to Joe about the latest offerings here at fabulous Gulfstream Park.
Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally, and they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
We're back on the Lunchbox, and it is just a never-ending feast here at Gulfstream Park. We're here with Joe Beja. We thank Luca Panici again for stopping by. That was good, fun.
Very nice guy.
And
A sweetheart
gotta
of a
love
guy.
a guy who loves a good Brunello di Montalcino. The guy, he's Italian. He knows how to eat.
Always
knows how
does
to
the right
drink,
thing, too.
And glad to have him on the show. But meanwhile, we welcome back to the Lunchbox the director of food and beverage here at Gulfstream Park. And we're going to be giving away, again, another set of Sunday brunch tickets to 10 Palms. And just to recap the clues before we get into this week's food and beautiful barbecue spread, Defo, I guess the clues so far, I don't know if he's going to know this, but it's a restaurant in Coconut Creek, Florida, where the motto is where barbecue meets metal. So we're kind of keeping in the barbecue theme. I said it's a place that you won't have an iron deficiency, and you might find some chicken drumsticks. And then my final clue is basically that it's a place that you don't have to use your head to eat well, but the name of the man who's behind it, I guess there's a name with a brain in it. Is that right?
Well,
something like that.
Something like that. If I may add a fourth clue, if
Yeah,
How
go
about
for it.
this,
Help me out. Bail me out.
It's a great place that I've been to a few times, and I highly encourage everyone to run to the hills.
Okay.
To go there.
Yeah.
Run to the hills. That's a good, I guess, the musical clue.
The fried hot dog also is one of their specialties there.
And
the fried hot dog.
I have to plead, I guess, I can't believe I've never been to this place. It's because it's been around for a while. But again, it's where barbecue meets metal. And it combines 45 years of rock and roll experience with a lifelong love of barbecue. So that's
and with a celebrity owner, a lot of times, you could think, okay, well, this guy should own a steakhouse, whatever. You wouldn't necessarily connect this celebrity with a restaurant and have it be that good and then have the guy be that involved also.
So, and if you know the answer of which restaurant we're looking for, you're going to send that in by email along with a number between 1 and 13, which is going to be your pick selection in tomorrow's Fort Lauderdale handicap. It's grade 2 stakes going on tomorrow's card. It's the 9th race on tomorrow's card.
You barely need a ninth.
And it is going to be jam-packed with a field of 13, including an also eligible. But the 9th race, pick a number between 1 and 13. Send it along with the name of the restaurant and send it to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow. And depending on how many winners there are, we might have to go to a tiebreaker on Tuesday, but we will select a winner, the one who gets the name of the restaurant along with the winning horse or the highest finishing horse. And then you can come to 10 Palms any Sunday after this Sunday, obviously, is New Year's, but then up until and through April at Gulfstream Park. The Florida Derby is taking place Saturday, April 1st. Okay, Joe, I've talked long enough. What do we have in front of us today?
You
Sure,
have to try
absolutely.
it.
So with the racing season winter meet upon us, we've opened up our barbecue smokehouse restaurant, which we opened from December until Memorial Day weekend. It is out by the walking ring as you walk up to the clubhouse building. And this is called Char Number 3. It's a partnership with Maker's Mark, and the char on their barrels is a Char Number 3. So it is a bourbon bar and southern kitchen. And the items you have in front of you are directly in front of me is our barbecued wings, and served with a gold barbecue sauce, obviously vinegar-based and mustard, etc. And then we have the pulled pork, which we do in-house, obviously, with American white American cheese and crispy onion straws on top, and served with a side of fries and coleslaw. And what we're very proud of is our in-house brisket.
That is great. Wow.
Smoked for over 8 hours.
That's dynamite.
Wow.
I love a
In-house,
good smoked brisket.
Chefs do a fantastic
How many
job with
hours
that.
again?
Over 8 hours, about
That's
8 to 8
more
and a
than I
half
get
hours.
to sleep every night.
Yeah.
That is,
Really nice.
That's a
Really,
beautiful
really
thing.
nice.
So
With
that
asparagus and what's this side dish?
we have mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
That is
Mac
our
and
mac and
cheese.
cheese,
Nice.
and then the crispy onion garnish. So onion ring garnish. So
Got a nice bark on it.
yeah.
Sounds
Melt in
great.
your mouth. It's
Absolutely
just tender.
fantastic. Yeah.
And we brought you the brisket as it is, as we like to serve it as an entree, but it is available sandwich style as well if people like it between the bread. So
Excellent.
Beautiful.
I'm going to kind of cut off a little piece of the pulled pork here. I don't
Yeah.
need the full sandwich thing, but I'm just going to get a little. And I guess they simmer it in kind of the barbecue sauce.
correct.
Had a got a piece for Lubie.
Oh yeah, that's
You know,
good.
on this.
That's
Yeah.
really good. And that bun, that's perfect. Nice
Yeah.
toasted bun.
It's
This
one of
stuff
our
just,
restaurant concepts here that we do at the racetrack.
This brisket
So-
falls apart. Literally, it's fantastic.
And man, you got to have the onion rings on top.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a bite of the onion rings and get
Track food has come a long way.
that crunch. I
From
don't know
back
if you
in the
hear
day.
that crunch, everybody, but I love the good crunch. And we're on the Lunchbox. Joe, another job well done. I can't believe that this year is already done.
Done. Yeah.
And this
What's
is right
ahead-
by the paddock.
What's ahead for 2023 in terms of, obviously some big race days upcoming with Pegasus
Absolutely.
Cup. You want to
Absolutely.
just go around and walk us through
Absolutely.
and
Well,
people's
just
dining options and what they should
absolutely. So just real quick for tomorrow night, for New Year's
Keep it
Eve, we're
to
doing
anywhere, by the
our
way. Oh.
we're doing our event in the walking ring that we do about, quite a few people come out, and that's more casual pizza, chicken fingers, and so forth. There's no charge. It's general admission, and we have a live band, and we have a DJ that'll play in between the band, and then
Nice.
we have the Char restaurant's actually sold out. We do a $99 dinner, 3-course plus a glass of champagne, tax and gratuity, and we actually sold out all 112 seats. So that was a good thing for us. In 2023, we have Pegasus coming up on January 28th. We're looking to be very, very busy for that day, obviously. And we'll activate. We have a partnership with Groot Hospitality and Dave Grutman's
Oh,
Restaurants.
those are guys. They
So-
know how to get things done.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that'll be up on the 3rd floor in our Flamingo Room on the 3rd floor, which also has private suites, 19 private suites that we're able to. We rent out on a daily basis for live racing, but also it's in demand for Pegasus. The 10 Palms will have its, of course, ticket rates for about 1,100 people capacity for
Wow.
about 1,000, 1,100 people for,
That's
for
our
buffet that day.
Pegasus World Cup day.
And
That is
that's an
all the
elevated
big.
buffet, lobster tails, stone crab,
Nice.
like everything is. It's more than just obviously our Sunday buffet. And just real quick, if I may, for that
Yeah.
day, for our horseman owners and trainers, we're actually partnering with Fulvio Sardelli.
Oh,
and
Fulvio.
Sardelia's.
Sardelli's up here.
We'll be
That's
coming in to cook a family-style meal for our
one of the best
horse owners.
restaurants in Hollywood, one of the best Italian restaurants in all of South Florida.
Yeah.
It's got this beautiful kind of mini mansion, 4 stories up right
Correct.
near Hollywood Beach. And a lot of people love going into that spot.
Yeah. It's my
And
favorite.
I think, I'm sorry to hear, I think Fulvio's dad, Fulvio Sr., just
away.
passed. So we give condolences to the Sardelli family,
Yeah.
longtime stalwarts of the Hollywood, Florida food scene. But yeah, glad to hear that Fulvio Jr. is involved. He makes some great, great food, and that's
Yeah.
going to be fun. Man, I got bad news for Defo.
Every week it seems to get better.
No, the food gets
Yeah,
better
no,
and
the
better.
horse is up the
Your
track.
picks kept kind of get worse and worse. This horse, let's just
Ran
say,
last.
he broke horribly again. So
Oh,
now we can describe it as not a one-time
Yeah.
fluke, that he is a horse that just does not like to
And
get
it was
out of the
nowhere
gate.
to be seen. Search
Nowhere
warrant?
to be seen,
Oh,
not
okay.
on the board.
Oh.
So Defo will have to keep working in 2023.
There
He
goes
can't-
my New Year's resolution.
It's like mush.
Oh,
I'm going to use
yeah.
this money to get
But
out.
we're all winners at Gulfstream, even when he's picking non-winners.
Well, that was only the first
at
bet of
other
the day.
tracks.
Yeah.
So
We
that's
had
good. He's
a chance to
but
make amends.
We're winners with food like this here, and
Great.
this is coming from. It's where can people get this at?
This is on our first floor restaurant. It's called Char Number 3 from Maker's Mark and Bourbon Bar and Kitchen, and it's right around the paddock area, the walking ring area, in the middle of the ground floor of our clubhouse building.
This is as good as anything I've had at a racetrack. I can
and
say
you just
that.
kind of get the food there, or you can sit down and eat it at that
No,
restaurant.
it's a sit-down restaurant.
Mhm.
I mean, it can be done to go as well, if upon request, but it is a sit-down restaurant, and it opens at 12 noon until 5 o'clock every day.
Nice. And look at these. Are these like oak planks, or what do you call these
Yeah.
planks? Yeah.
Yeah. The little oak boards that we like to present it on.
Tops the carved
just to
sandwich
add,
in the Santa Anita Clubhouse.
Oh no, this is
Yeah.
good.
Tops
Good
that,
stuff.
which
Yeah,
is
again,
always my favorite.
That brisket sandwich is also available. Brisket also available as a sandwich besides an entree platter, which I'm always a lunchtime sandwich guy. You put things between those beautiful toasted rolls, and I am all over it. But I'm going to have to dive into the chicken wing right now. There we go. It looks delicious. And this is what, a rub or a basted?
Yeah, and a barbecue
Finger licking
glaze.
good?
We kept everything barbecue based for today,
Oh, yeah. There we go.
and we do have a golden barbecue.
Got the
All good.
Now I got
All right.
fingers, but we're having a great time on
Yes.
the Lunchbox. Hey, Joe, we got a couple of minutes left, but we just want to remind everybody of the contest where barbecue meets rock and roll. And also, you won't have an iron deficiency, but you might find a couple of drumsticks.
Coconut Creek Restaurant.
Coconut Creek Restaurant. And what was your clue again? It was
It's a great place. You need to run to the hills.
Run to the Hills.
Oh, very nice.
That would
yeah.
be your musical.
And what would you want if you had a chance to win a poker tournament? You would want pocket aces, aces high.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a connection to this restaurant.
That might be another thing, too.
Yeah,
All right,
aces
there you
high.
go. You have all the hints. Send in the answers along with a number between 1 and 13 for tomorrow's feature race, the 9th race, Fort Lauderdale Handicap. And we've got to take care of one more piece of business, which is Greater Fort Lauderdale welcomes everyone under the sun. And, just to show you how much the culinary scene here in Greater Fort Lauderdale has expanded, you can get anything you want at the track and you come out to Gulfstream Park and you get world-class barbecue along with all kinds of great Sunday buffets and seafood. You still have the Stone Crab bar going this year?
We do actually at the Tito's. We have a Tito's Vodka All-American bar that we have
That's
on the
one of my
ground floor,
favorites. Yeah.
which
Crabs,
features
wow.
stone crab. It features
Fresh shrimp, like the
fresh
big jumbo
shrimp.
shrimp
We do
cocktail.
ceviche and like the little to-go cups,
Yeah.
so forth.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
So
so
here,
full raw bar.
right here at Gulfstream, it's also every dish under the sun
Right.
for everyone under the sun, just like our friends with Visit Lauderdale and Greater Fort Lauderdale. They welcome the culinary explorers, cocktail connoisseurs, craft beer aficionados. Come one, come all. Get ready to savor every moment. And you'll find it all in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Visit Lauderdale says bring and tell everybody that you know to come on down this winter. You'll find dockside dining with breathtaking views, lively cafes along Las Olas Boulevard, award-winning chefs like our friend Timon Ballou and the Brandon Solomon down at the new Evelyn's, and Timon at his restaurant, the Catherine. They serve up every cuisine imaginable, world-class culinary scene here, more than 4,000 area restaurants. We also explore thrilling nightlife, craft breweries along the Visit Lauderdale Ale Trail, hidden speakeasies, rooftop bars, of course, all kinds of bars and cocktails here at Gulfstream Park, including the Carousel Club is a good place to hang out a little bit, too. A nice place to spend a beautiful afternoon. So it's a never-ending culinary and cocktail celebration in Greater Fort Lauderdale, and everyone's invited. So for more information about all the upcoming events, promotions, and happenings, go to visitlauderdale.com.
Outstanding. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, Joe.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Happy New Year to you, too.
It couldn't have been any better these first few weeks here. Amazed at the variety and the quality of everything that you guys are putting out at reasonable prices. So,
Yeah,
great job by
Excellent job once more. I'm not going to shake your hand because I got sticky fingers,
Yeah.
but it's not the Rolling Stones that we're looking for this time. It's
All right, we have to start
Yeah.
mounting our comeback here.
All right. Monday, we're going to take off for the holiday. We're all going to be picking ourselves off the mat and nursing hangovers
Tuesday.
and lots of Lots of football over the weekend, including Monday. Lots of horse racing all weekend.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, huge card, 5 stakes races. I'm going to be actively engaged in that. Joe and for the folks, come on out here. Go to 10 Palms any day, and if you happen to win the tickets, then you'll be able to enjoy a couple of Sunday brunches on the house, which is great. Again, taking Monday off. We'll see you Tuesday from the pizza spot in Fort Lauderdale with our jarred spaghetti sauce competition.
Oh, yeah. We're going to make some judgments there. Good.
Yeah, we're going to have a all-star panel.
It's Judgment Day.
Yeah, it's Judgment Day. Resolution Day, too. Tuesday, January 3rd. Be there. For Jeff Defo Tafares, Mike Lubie Lubitz, we thank Luca Panici and Joe Beja, the director of culinary here at Gulfstream Park. I'm Mike Mayo, wishing everybody a very happy, healthy, prosperous 2023. And I remind you to enjoy every sandwich.
Wow, go ahead, dive into that, Mayo. Wow, nobody can eat like this guy.